Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this podcast. A podcast that we don't really know the name for yet. My name is Sir Action Slacks. This is Hotbid. It is the... What did we want to call this thing, Hotbid?
The BidSlacks podcast.
Yeah, the BidSlacks. That's unique and, that's as smart as we get. Today, for our first guest, we have Sunsfan there. Hi, Sunsfan.
Hello.
Hello. So, Hotbid, what are we thinking about with this podcast? I believe that our plan is just to talk about things that interest us. We want to talk about Dota. We want to talk about other nerd shit. Maybe we want to talk about other esports. What's the deal, buddy?
Well, today, given our very special guest, I feel like we need to talk about all things Sunsfan.
Of course.
There hasn't been like an expose evening with Sunsfan yet, so hopefully we get really deep into his psychosis.
That sounds great. I love talking about myself. You guys know how egotistical I am.
Yeah. So
All right,
I think we really should just go through the entire history of digital chaos.
I believe so. That would be good. Before we get started,
explore.
though, on Sunsfan, we got a couple first-time listeners since this is our first episode. So how about just a brief rundown of who we all are and where we're all coming from? We think that this will be the format of the show, me and Hotbid, every blank, be it week, day, month, whenever we're available, and then one guest. So, Hotbid, why don't you start off? What's your deal?
All right, my name's Ken Chen. I work as a creative producer for ESL. I used to do a lot of interviews, and this is my way of continuing to somewhat produce content outside of that. So
yeah, it's the
I'm
perfect
excited.
Ken Chen. You don't actually have to do anything. You just show up and
Right,
talk.
I just show up and talk. It's
Yeah.
perfect.
It's perfect. Classic Hotbid. All right, my name's Slacks. I make content for Dota 2. I'm an annoying asshole, and that's it. I like memes. Sunsfan, who are you?
I'm nobody. Hey, can I ask you guys a question?
Yeah.
Sure.
Have you ever heard of hail in 95-degree weather?
No.
Is that you're getting hail right now?
I was driving to the team house,
How?
and it just started hailing all of a sudden, and I was scared my car was going to get dented. So I thought I might have to do this at the team house, so I parked the car in the garage, and then it just stopped after 5 minutes.
What?
So freaking weird.
Are you sure that God isn't just trying to destroy Arizona?
No, it's the apocalypse. DC has qualified for TI.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a sign from
That's definitely
it's a
true.
sign from heaven. The
Gaven
locusts are
himself
coming
has
next.
come down from above.
Striketh
Yeah.
down resolution in the pool.
What is it, like famine and like locusts and shit are gonna
Yeah,
happen now?
that's gonna be next, I guess.
I mean, that's pretty tame. The first thing is hail. Oh no! Ice! Run!
Yeah, it's more the fact that it's in a desert in this weather,
Yeah, man.
How
shocking.
are they dealing with the weather?
Well, when they got here, the weather was actually really good, and over the last, how long has it been since Manila? 2 weeks, 3 weeks? However the fuck long. Yeah, it's been pretty hot. But
So-
the good thing is they were used to this where the hell were we? Manila, the Philippines weather, which is disgustingly, it's ball sweaty. That's what I call it. Like the weathermen don't even need to give the temperature. They just say ball sweat, and then you know.
Damn.
But there's no humidity here, so it's just hot.
Okay.
Not bad.
They don't go outside much?
They do. They love it outside, actually.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Secret released their video of them reacting to qualifying for TI. Where is the DC reaction video?
I was telling Nikki she should do it, and then it got too intense.
What do you mean?
Well, like, there's no way she could have held a camera up. Like, she was probably just shaking.
Oh,
I
so
mean,
she was too excited.
Yeah, it was quite
That's why you
emotional.
gotta hire a cameraman. Slacks could do it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
I should have brought him down for sure.
I'm on the team. I thought you meant intense in other ways, like people start getting naked and like
Yeah, like,
fighting and shit.
Well, that can always be blurred out, so that's not really a problem, I don't think.
so take us through those final moments, because that was a pretty exciting series.
Yeah.
It went down to the 5th game, and you guys are used to beating complexity recently, but
Yeah.
they took you to 5. And what were your thoughts throughout the series? Just like give us a play-by-play of the mind of Sunsfan.
Well, in the I keep calling it the semis. I guess it kind of is. The upper bracket finals, we 2-0'd them
Mhm.
pretty easily. And then in the best of 5 finals, I mean,
You guys were up, right? Up 2-0?
yeah, we were up 2-0, and those 2 matches we destroyed them. And this is kind of the thing that sucks about when there's only a few teams that are good, quote unquote, right, in the region,
Mhm.
is that you know you're going to face complexity again. So they get 2 free games against us to learn, and then after the second game in the best of 5, they started figuring us out, and we started. I don't think they were really tilting, but we started picking stuff that wasn't really no comfort picks, things of that nature, and started to lose it a bit. But then game 5, I started to get nervous, obviously, and I was just saying this on What the Duck, but you know those managers or team owners that stand behind their players, like in Counter-Strike specifically. I was bringing up Jason Lake for complexity. Where
Yeah.
they'll just like scream, right, and just like be super excited. I feel like that isn't, at least not for me. It's not a thing I want to do for Dota.
You just make the
'cause
Sunsfan face. You just stand behind
Yeah.
him and make the face.
if the face means just my face in general, then absolutely. But like I feel like in Dota it's a little bit different. You don't want to hype them up too much because I don't know how you guys feel about it, but in Counter-Strike I feel like it could be really good in certain cases to be pumped up. So I'm just sitting there or standing behind them, just like being as silent as I can, but like my hands are on my head. I'm just losing it, you know, because I really
And
thought
it-
we lost when Weehaw was in the fountain.
Yeah, there was a moment when they were pushing right with the tiny, and it looked like you guys were gonna get mega creeped.
Yeah.
And you guys were gonna lose. And then you're still going to TI, so
Yeah.
even is it a big deal, like the difference between wild cards and not? I mean, obviously it is a big deal to the teams, but to you, was it a big deal?
Yeah, it's definitely a big deal. I mean, on paper you're right, because I feel like even if we were in the wild card, we would have been fine. But you never know at the end of the day, you know. And it's, for me specifically, this past year there's been a lot of ups and downs. So it was.
Oh
kind of
yeah,
a
we're gonna go
culmination
through
of
all that.
emotions.
No, don't worry. We got the
Yeah,
Sunsfan expose, baby.
Yeah,
We
we're
got
going
it all.
we're going through the entire digital chaos history.
Yeah, I can't
But
wait.
staying
Can't
on that
wait.
point, though, I mean, not a lot of people realize that for qualifiers for like the wild card thing. I mean, it's so much more relaxing when you've already made it. You're a team. You get to just watch all the little ants fighting. At
Yeah, I
TI.
tweeted about that. It's like the Gladiator Stadium.
Right.
They're all in the stands. They're eating their food. They're eating grapes and like little desserts, and they're just watching.
Watching.
You're
the
talking about
poor
like
people.
after the upper bracket finals, right?
No, I'm talking
No.
about
Or just
at
in general?
TI, the wildcard day.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Have you been there for that day?
No, I have not.
That is let me just tell you, all the qualified teams all think they're gonna win. Like maybe 10 to 12 of them think they're gonna win TI.
Yeah.
So they're all sitting there, and they're eating, and they're watching these 4 teams literally fight to the death.
So they're sitting in their ivory tower, so to
Yeah,
speak.
yeah,
Yeah.
And all they're cheering for is game 3s and teams 3-2-2ing. That's all they're cheering for. Nothing else. It's just like the maximum drama.
Yeah.
That's all they cheer for. Nothing else.
Oh.
So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, so you,
Looking forward
Sunsfan.
to it then.
Yeah, you get to be in your ivory
Yeah.
tower looking down.
That sounds good, bro.
All right, so hotbid. Let's talk. We want to go past DC now. Do we want to talk more Sunsfan?
Well, I wanna start with the first DC, but I wanna first ask Sunsfan, how does he feel to successfully have reclaimed his own meme?
I know, it's actually insane, isn't it?
Yeah. So
'Cause-
what did it start with? It started out Sunsfanning started out as something extremely negative, right?
Right.
Yeah, pretty much.
What was it?
Fucking
The
Sunsfan.
first video. That first video. What was it? The one that was the one about
The intro.
Yeah, the intro one
intro.
that was really
Yeah.
long. That just like went through all your shit, and then at the end it was like, by the way, Aoi Bulbaros are on the team.
Yeah.
know?
All right, I'm gonna explain this one for you, Sunsfan.
Okay.
Do you mind?
No. by all
So
means.
this video was made for Sunsfan's personal Facebook.
That's not true.
Okay. Well,
It
there
was
goes
for
my
Dota
attempt to
Cinema.
save you.
It was for
Okay.
Dota Cinema.
Well, you fucked
Uh-huh.
yourself. Just trying to help you out there. That's the lie I've
Well, no,
been
like
spreading.
even okay, like take away the meme and everything. Even looking back, I feel like in theory I was still correct. I just didn't execute it the way
What?
that I
What do
should
you mean
have.
you were correct?
What are you talking about, dude?
No, no,
You're
no.
doubling down that was the correct video to make.
Well,
What are you
actually,
talking about, dude?
if you look back now, where I am now, it actually worked out really well. If I didn't do that, things wouldn't be nearly the same, right?
I mean, that's
How?
What do you mean how? The
No.
meme has actually helped me. It's helped our team.
How does it help your team?
I did tell him that. I told
Can you explain?
he,
All
okay.
right, hold on. Explain it. I want to hear it from the man
From the
himself.
source. From the source.
Yeah.
Well, what do you mean explain it?
How
you're,
is the
you're
meme
talking about how
helped
the
your
meme
team?
is a positive thing now, right?
Right, but at the start it was not a positive. It
Oh
was
no!
like,
At first it was
like
terrible, for
it's
sure.
like a synonym for incompetence,
Yes.
essentially.
Well, wasn't it originally Sunsfanning your way to an event? Was that the first?
Oh right, yeah. The first.
That's like
Was that the
not.
first
It was like a
definition of it?
not deserving invite because like WCA and Nanyang we didn't qualify for, but we ended up going. So that's Sunsfanning your way to the event.
That is
That's
correct.
right. Okay, yeah.
So that was the
So,
first iteration of the meme.
Undeserved
Yeah.
rewards.
Yes,
essentially.
exactly.
So that's very negative.
Yeah, it's very negative for sure.
Well, no, because the video was the first thing that came out, and because it was announcing your new team.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
But then, I mean, like the Nanyang thing, that was literally a month, or was it a month? Like a month and a half in.
So
it was
what did
pretty
you do
early.
to get them to invite you?
At Nanyang? They
Yeah.
came to me, bro. Like I don't even do anything.
don't ruin the mythos, you idiot.
No, I don't
Yeah.
even remember what the case was, to be honest. Somebody
you
just
think
dropped out, I guess.
Do you think you have inordinate luck?
Oh no, I have terrible luck for sure.
Do you though?
No, I do.
Do you?
100%. Well, okay, so this is the way I look at it. Maybe that's not... Okay, I'll take that back. I think for things that don't matter, I have the shittiest luck imaginable. Just like, if I flip a coin, 50-50, I will get it wrong 80% of the time. Just like if I'm playing a game of Dota.
That sounds like you just do not understand statistics.
No, I'm saying, like, I'm just born with bad luck for things that don't really matter at the end of the day. So I try not to
Okay.
get frustrated off of it. But generally speaking, if I look at my life, yeah, I mean, I've been pretty fortunate. Like, I can't sit back here and say, like, Dota Cinema, for example, was all skill. Like, a lot of it was just pure luck, you know, being in the right place at the right time.
And then and then with this team, you know, so you guys got a team.
Yeah.
There was a lot of competition for that team. I remember the original one, right, with Bulba, Aoi, and I forget who was the original roster.
You are
Beer, right?
Beer you,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. So that seemed like a disaster team because they didn't really qualify for much, right?
Yeah. I can say that.
What? That
And-
was no disaster. Viryu in... it was great.
Slacks, you making fun of Beeryu?
No, dude, I'm not making fun. Great guy, great kid. Loved him.
Honestly, I haven't disliked anybody on the team.
Let's just
well,
say-
not that I would say otherwise.
I wasn't a sub on that team, and I don't regret it. Let's just say that.
So when you first got the team, what were your expectations for it? Like the original roster with like Aoi and Beeryu.
I figured
and...
we'd make the major and probably place somewhat low because it was a pretty new roster on top of the fact that there was some inexperience there. Like, one of the reasons that we didn't show highlights in the original video was because some of them literally had no highlights. And it would just be weird to show highlights for like a couple players.
Yeah,
But,
and you know, like Sunsfan has the most highlights.
yeah, exactly, bro.
stuff
The
he's
most
made.
accomplishments.
But like Yawar was pretty, obviously he still is, really young and hadn't played on many competitive teams. And Beeryu had literally never played a competitive game other than like in-houses and stuff like that. And the original idea was to have him as captain, and that did not work out like right away. That was pretty
I mean,
evident from the
I
start.
think that was a good. I mean, you might as well try something like that. I feel like that might not have been a bad decision, honestly.
What?
Having him at least try to find a new captain.
Well, what do you mean try and find a new captain?
You know, because a lot of teams are trying out players that are not among the old like rotation, like newer players from whatever in-houses or anything like that, and it seems to be working out. Like,
I agree to a certain extent, but at the same time, that player that's the captain has to have the complete respect of the rest of their team, and he can't do that if he hasn't played any competitive games.
and how do you pronounce his name?
Who, Beeryu?
Yeah.
It's Dat? God, I asked him about this before. It's like Cook? I don't remember.
Oh, no!
I don't actually remember anymore.
Viryu!
No, like it's like Dat Kwako, something like that. But the way he says it, it was pretty much unpronounceable for me.
Okay.
Some white guy, I can't do that.
Jesus.
But when PPD first entered, he didn't play that much competitive, right? But they all listened to him.
Oh, he played tons of Han.
Yeah.
I guess the respect comes from Han then.
It was huge.
I mean,
But he wasn't
yeah.
he wasn't as successful
respect
as
is a strong word. It's something, right? It's
yeah,
something.
I guess.
He was a loud figure in Han. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. No
What
doubt.
were you thinking when as they failed to qualify for the first major? Were you like, oh shit, we gotta blow this up, or?
No, I had faith. I mean, I was huge fans of.
Did you think
Boba
someone was going to
and
drop out of the
Curtis
major? Or...
particularly.
It almost happened. You
What do
almost
you
got
mean?
it.
Oh yeah, somebody's visas got denied, right?
Yeah.
They almost got visa tonight.
That was a different region though, I think. That
Yeah,
didn't
but I
seem
mean,
to
you
be
would have
the-
It
found a
wouldn't
way,
have
you know.
You would have
You were like-
Sunsfanned it.
Yeah, you're like the reproductive dinosaurs in Jurassic Park. You just find a way.
Yeah, we were real close, I guess, in hindsight. But
Yeah, you might as well have just. You guys finished 17th at Frankfurt.
yeah, I guess you could look at it that way for sure. Very close. But yeah, the whole idea behind the team, it was just not working because, and I didn't think we needed to necessarily blow it up, but we just needed somebody with some direction, some captaining skills, and Thieben was the obvious choice because everybody respected him already. It was already, I mean, he qualified for the major with we thought to be a much lesser roster, at least at the time.
Yeah.
The C9 roster with MSS and those guys.
Yeah, I mean back then, yeah, for sure. I thought they were not as good, but
I mean, they're on Shazam now, right?
yeah,
A
they're.
lot of those guys.
I've changed my mind. This is something that I've learned as well. Is I've judged people way too much, like way too quickly in the past, and I don't plan on doing that anymore. And it's not just with players, also personalities and literally everybody.
Oh really?
I got into a bad habit of just judging people.
Who have you judged? What which personalities have you judged?
Well, Slacks for the first. I mean, I thought Slacks was an annoying piece of garbage, but then he proved to me that he's willing to work, and you know, look at him
He's
now.
the only one
He's a
that
god.
works.
Jesus.
He's a god amongst men now.
Ah, shut up. Yeah, Sunsfan, the first time we ever met each other. God, I remember I sent in. I was trying to get on Fails of the Week, and
Yeah.
I sent in something, my own show for Dota Cinema, and Neil was like, this sucks. Then I didn't hear anything for Dota Cinema for months, and then Sunsfan contacted me. So,
And now look at you.
now look at me. Now I basically run it. Nah, JK though.
They're riding the Slacks horse.
Yeah, for sure.
He's
Slacks
your number.
is
He's like
Dota
your number
Cinema
one.
now.
He's your number one like trade asset now.
For
Yeah,
what?
what
You
can
can
we
trade
trade
him
him for
You can trade him
exactly?
to BTS for like Coddle Guy and like 2 expiring contracts.
The NBA way.
Yeah.
That's only if I want to blow up the team, though. I'm not ready to blow up the team yet. You know.
Yeah.
You can't go over the cap. That's the Suns' way, right?
All right.
That's true.
Let
Well,
me ask-
nobody's going out of the cap this time.
Let me ask you a
Or over
question,
the cap.
Suns fan. A period that I'm super interested in. So, EG gets disbanded. You know, I basically.
Which time are we talking about?
We're talking about after you had a team that had won 15 scrims secretly. Your team is finally looking good.
They're the TI scrim champions.
You guys are finally looking good. EG
Yeah.
gets destroyed, and then
Yeah.
EG comes up to you, takes your players.
Well, hold on. I just want to hear his reaction for like. So when you heard that they were that EG and Secret were blowing up their teams and like changing players and shit.
Yeah.
What was your first thought? Were you just like, oh fuck, they're gonna take our guys, or what?
No,
What did you
I
think?
didn't. I mean, it kind of crossed my mind, I guess, but I never thought it was an actual thing that might happen.
Mm-hmm.
One, because we had been so unsuccessful, who would want anybody on our team? but two, like we built a relationship with our guys that I thought would stand the test of time. to
Sunsfan,
some
there's no
degree.
loyalty in sports. You should know that.
I know. Well, believe me, I know that now.
Where's
No
Joe
doubt about it.
Johnson?
Fuck that guy. He can rot away. And where is he playing now? I don't even know where he's playing.
Brooklyn?
No, he got. Didn't he leave?
Is
I
he
don't know.
Detroit? I have no idea.
He's worthless. That guy could have won a championship with that idiot. Anywho, yeah, I don't know. I knew it was a possibility, but I didn't think it was gonna be an issue, honestly. Because well, it's not only all that stuff that I talked about, but also kind of what Slacks was alluding to. Our roster was super strong, and we hadn't played really an official match with it yet. But I knew because I'd been watching this team for like 7 months, you know, and they've been
Mhm.
good at times and bad at others. They were like godly at that time, and this is with
And this was the-
Resolution and Soxa.
Yeah, so the Soxer Resolution
Yeah,
roster. Okay. The
yeah,
Owie.
it was really good.
And so then how did you get the news that they were gonna switch?
I guess the day before the day they were talking, Curtis and
Yeah.
Sam were pretty upfront, letting us know and letting the other guys know that,
Mm.
you know, this might be a possibility, but we're not sure what we want to do yet. And
What was your reaction?
I was like, ugh, God, because I have no control over the
Oh,
situation. Like, what
God.
can I think? What can I do? You know. So Curtis, I think it was the night of, or the night before they
Did
left.
you like advise him? Were you like trying to like, because this is like him going back to like going back to your old boyfriend, right? That they already dumped you
Yeah.
once.
I mean, I didn't want to. Honestly, I'm not into that kind of thing where I don't like to speak negatively about other people to my players to try to convince them otherwise. Like, I want them to make a decision that they're going to be happy with and that they can live with, and then.
So did you just like print out pictures of a screenshot of like PPD's blog and just like Owie's like room, just like put it on his
I mean, he
pillow
was
or
pretty
whatever?
convinced that things were going to be fine, so I don't know. But he basically told me the night before they left that he felt pretty strongly that he was not going to leave.
Wow.
He said he wasn't gonna leave.
Right, because the roster, and Sam felt the same way, because the roster at the time was super strong, and I knew we were going to do pretty well. And then the day came, and they told us that they changed their mind, and they were convinced. And
Damn.
I was a little bit in shock, but, you know, no hard feelings. I didn't have hard feelings at the time.
Where you're like, what are we gonna do? There's like 2 days until roster lock. What are we gonna do?
Yeah, it's pretty. I mean, it's like a snowball effect, right?
Or were you just like, we'll Sunsfan the way up there?
I was thinking maybe we just not do anything until TI.
Wow.
But my first thought was I want to do something with Resolution, and if Soxa is part of that, then Soxa as well, because especially for Resolution, he was on the team for a while, and I was a big fan of his. Still am, obviously. And I knew he has a good personality, somebody that everybody gets along with. So just wanted to see what would happen there first, see what our options were.
So then Misery and Weeha just kind of fell into your lap.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
They were just like, did they just come up to you and say, we want to play for you, Sunsfan?
Not quite.
Sunsfan,
I mean, obviously
please.
they made their roster without any org in mind, first and foremost.
Okay.
But I'd been talking to them along the way.
Mhm.
And they met with a couple other organizations, and chose us because they like the meme. They're big memers.
Is that really why they chose you guys? 'Cause of the meme?
Absolutely not. No, we have the stuff that we can offer is, they really like the idea of a team house, which I was super into because I've been wanting to do that from the beginning, but the other guys were never interested in anything like that. So.
Do you think a team house really had an effect on how well your team's doing?
Partially. I think it can go both ways, honestly. It just depends on the personalities that you have, as long as they mesh. Everybody's pretty easy to get along with on the team. They do need a little bit of direction from time to time, and that's something I'm starting to do a little bit more, because the past team, that's something that they didn't want. They did not want the organization to step in and put in, like the way that Liquid does it, I really like. I've only heard about the way they do things, but I guess
Well, let me
Hoppy probably
just
have a
tell
little bit
you,
more info on that.
Liquid was not all peaches and cream. Liquid has iterated their Dota team several times before getting to the point it is now, where they support their Dota team very well. You remember Blog Boys, right?
Oh, I remember Blog Boys. Who doesn't?
Remember Blog Boys?
Woo!
And you remember I think the Koikfa Demon Bulba team that was basically in first place, but then didn't make top 8 at TI 5, was it?
Yep.
So I mean, there were a lot of things learned on both sides, So I think it takes some time. So you guys seem ahead of the curve, Sunsfan. You guys seem to be supporting your team correctly, very fast.
I'm learning as we go as well. It's not like it's not just me either. It's a bunch of people, but we don't have everything figured out still. And I kind of want to take this first year as like an experience of where I look back and say, okay, I like this, I didn't like this, and see if we can improve things. But so far, it's been, other than like not even talking about the team's performance in the past, from an organization side, we've done pretty good. I definitely think we can improve though.
How did they tell you that they were gonna be
part of the
like
DC
digital
family?
chaos? Yeah, like what did they all come up to you like,
Wait,
as a group of 5, or
we're talking
like,
about
the Misery
Misery?
Resolution Weeha team?
Oh, I organize meetings with them, and they talk.
How
to
do they
other
take you? Do they
organizations.
take you seriously, like in the meeting?
Yeah. Well, for Misery specifically, I'd been talking to him for a while. Back in January of 2015, I was talking to him and Cloud9 with Envy.
Yeah.
And we really wanted them. and we thought we were gonna get them, but then but then after like a couple days of talking, they let us know that, oh wait, we're actually under contract. So like, what the fuck? The fuck is this? Like, I actually thought we were gonna get Cloud9.
Damn.
Because I was huge fans of No
But
Tail.
you had these
and
guys under
everybody.
contract, and they went to EG. Did you
Yeah.
guys get a handsome buyout from EG?
They got bought out for sure.
Oh
Like,
shit!
Oh shit!
There's
Without,
two sides.
can you
There's two
can
sides
you tell
to
me
this.
how much money it was exactly?
No, of course
No.
not. You know, this
Was
isn't the
it-
NBA, unfortunately. Maybe one
Not
day.
was it a lot or a little?
I mean, it's pretty much the standard amount, I think, from what
Okay.
I've seen.
So a lot.
I mean,
So
it's
a
not
lot.
that I've had that much.
You
The
got a lot.
standard for Sunsfan is million.
Yeah, I mean, like, how?
Millions of pesos, maybe.
Like, my question is like, what if you had just decided, no, we're not going to sell the contracts to you?
Then we come up as a shitty ass organization. You know, that's the downfall of the
Yeah, but
system
they
that's
would
in place right
they
now.
would just have stayed, right, and played.
Yeah, but maybe they'd be unhappy, or
Would they though?
now they wouldn't compared to where they are or where they went. You know, but
Well, they're all
it's-
doing fine now, maybe other than Owie, but
Well, he is the coach, or one of the coaches alongside Deben.
yeah, he's the one that I think got screwed the most out of this
Oh,
whole
for sure.
Oh,
process,
absolutely.
probably. Yeah,
Yeah.
because he doesn't get to play, but at least he's coaching a team that's going to TI, so that's not bad.
Yeah, not too bad.
Sure.
Did you offer to have him as coach for DC?
Well, we're not exactly sure what we want to do for coaching because there's so many different strategies you can go with, right? There's like you can get two coaches, you can get a coach, and then like somebody that kind of looks after the personalities, make sure nobody clashes, which is kind of what I'm doing currently.
Yeah.
And
You're-
Pycat was our coach at the major. But yeah, we talked to AUI because he specifically was working with, because like the day that he got kicked, we found out before everybody else, obviously, like it wasn't public for a couple days. He came to our team room where we were like preparing for our next match in the major, and he was coaching Resolution, and everybody found that super helpful because he has a super analytical mind, as you guys know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And he'd been playing carry. I think he's a great carry. I don't care what anybody says. Like especially when he was on our team, and he was playing carry, he was actually super good. I was really excited to see him as carry. But he was giving pointers to Resolution, who of course that's a new position for him as well, coming over from the 2.
Yeah.
So it looked like something that would help, but he felt like he owed Bulba. That's what he told me.
Oh.
So he wanted to. I mean, it's basically digital coaches over there now, right? Bulba, Theben, and AUI.
Yeah, they're all over. You're like Secret's farm team. Does Kamal pay you like a commission percentage?
That's what I
or
felt
something?
like when EG originally took AUI and Bulba. That's what I felt about EG.
They're like, you guys, like Weeha and Mister, you guys are being demoted to our farm team. We're gonna take the other
Exactly.
guys.
Yeah,
Send
it's like
you guys to
we're,
DC.
You
we're like
guys are
the D League.
you guys are
Yeah.
Empire for Na'Vi, right?
Yeah, exactly. The CIS region has that all over
And
the
it-
place too.
And you know, there's like this burgeoning rivalry with Complexity, and you guys seem to have their number recently, even though it's been really close. And you know, Complexity was kind of consistently improving up until the point where they even got top 4 at Epicenter, right?
Yeah.
That was pretty recent. And then suddenly you guys started qualifying for everything, and they started losing. Like, what was the big change there? Like, what happened? Because this team didn't start out well.
What team? Ours?
Yeah, the current roster, I think they lost a few qualifiers to start.
They
It
only
wasn't
lost
that
one,
bad.
but that was like within literally the first week of us playing together.
Ah,
and-
right. Okay, yeah.
And they weren't in America. Everybody's like, if you think about the geographic locations, they are all over the fucking place. You know.
Yeah.
So
So then
it
when
took
they
about a
finally
month for them to
settled
get in.
down,
Yeah.
they started doing quite well.
Yep. So that's where I think the team house works. I don't know if, like, the team house, it might not be a permanent thing. It might just be every now and then kind of thing.
Yeah, practice for
But-
the major.
Yeah, it could just be a boot camp location. I'd like it to be a little bit longer term than that, personally, but it's not up to me at the end of the day. I mean, we just got them a ping pong table. Got to get that money's worth. You know?
Yeah, dude. That's the high training.
Who's the best at ping pong?
There's varying debates about this. I haven't gotten to play Misery yet, but
Oh,
I
it's
played
you?
Resolution.
Wait,
Huh?
you're in the conversation? Like,
Of course.
you compete with them?
Okay, Weeha might be the best, but I destroyed him yesterday, so I don't know.
Oh, so you're good at ping pong.
Apparently I cheat, so I don't know if I'm good or not.
Does the ball just magically like?
Well, it Sunsfans its way to the other side of the table for sure.
That's what I'm gonna. Do they paste you the face?
Have you seen the tour video? House tour?
I mean, I remember skipping through it. Did it?
skipping through it. How dare you? We put my face on the wall, so it's like a mini poster, and then it was on the wallpaper of all the computers, which Misery still uses it. It's like a zoomed in version of my face. It's like the entire monitor. It's just my face.
So they like the meme.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh. And do you ever kind of like take a step back and just think things could have went really badly and now things seem to be pretty good? Just lucky.
Yeah, I think
inexplicable luck.
it kind of is, I guess. I mean, I feel like we always treated our players well, so our reputations, like in the industry, is good, especially within the amongst the players. But obviously, from an outside perspective, it looks quite different. Everybody has different perspectives when you have no information to go with. But yeah, I thought we were definitely going to go without a team until TI. That was one of my fears.
Yeah.
But it worked out, obviously.
I think it worked out. You said that you were worried, I know as a fact, for the year. Earlier this year, you said that you felt like it's been a real roller coaster. Does it finally feel like things are looking up, like it's going to be good no matter how you do at TI, or do you feel like you need that TI nice placing for it to be a good year?
I'd like to get top 8 at the very least, and I think we're definitely capable. I know they're going to be shooting for number 1, so that's even if it's just top 8, they'll be disappointed, but I think that's definitely something you shoot for. I think I don't know, at the end of the day, the scene is so weird. You know, like I don't even know if we're gonna have a team after TI. Who knows?
You gonna get another team for another game?
We've thought about it.
Really?
I heard you should probably just buy an LCS spot. Those are.
Is that League?
Cheap.
I'm
They're
guessing.
pretty cheap, yeah. Like
I'm sure it's
probably
very
about
cheap.
$1 million for a slot there.
I think that's one game I would never try to migrate to.
Why not?
It just feels like a conflict of interest, honestly, and I can't even pretend.
Conflict of interest.
Yeah, for me, because like specifically for me, like if I can't get into a game, I don't know why I would have a team for it. Then it's just like, then I'm just doing it for
Wow,
money.
it's worth $1 million.
Yeah.
I mean, like
I
you
can't
could
like,
sell your slot for
okay,
$1 million, dude.
here's an example of something. I'm not going to name names or anything like that, but teams that we've talked to in the past were never fond of like multi-gaming organizations because they never really paid attention to some of the teams. Like for example, if a big organization has a good league team, then their Dota team maybe doesn't get the attention that they deserve. And I never wanted to feel like that because if there's a game that I absolutely
Which team are
hate,
you talking about, Sunsfan?
there's no team. It's just a hypothetical,
TSM?
you know.
You're talking about TSM?
TSM, they have a Dota team? That's new to me. I didn't know that. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's like I just want to be into it. You know, I don't want to fake interest if possible. But we'll see.
So what's different about being an owner when you travel to these events? Because you went to the majors now. You've been to a major as an owner. What was it like? You treated differently?
No, not really. I mean, I've never been to the Philippines, so I can't really directly compare that to Seattle or anything like that. But
Did you gamble?
no, I'm not a big gambler.
No. With your luck?
Yeah,
No.
man.
See, that's what I'm talking about. That kind of stuff I would not have good luck with.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean,
Well,
I've always had terrible luck
if you-
with that.
If you have bad luck with insignificant stuff, what you should do is just put all your money on something. Like
Yeah, honestly, I thought about that too. Like, there's a certain point, there's a certain threshold to where it becomes relevant, right?
Yeah, the Sunsfan line, call it that.
Yeah, sounds good.
Once it has a big enough impact on your life, then you just get lucky. So, mortgage
Look
your
at it
house,
that way, I guess.
put it all into asset, and then just throw it on black. See what happens.
Yeah, man. You lose
maybe one
everything
day.
small, so all you have to do is make huge, life-changing bets every time that you do something.
Man, you guys should be counselors for sure.
This is what we're here for, man.
So we're trying to help you.
Yeah, I can be your life coach.
All your
You want-
winnings that you make, I want you to go to the, casino, put it all on red, spin it, roulette it, baby. Woo!
Sounds like a plan, guys. We should definitely do that.
All right. Hotbid, do you still want to go on this guy with his team, or you want to move on to something more general?
Well, I want to talk about Moonduck.
Oh,
Oh,
boy.
boy.
Oh, boy. There we go. There it goes.
Oh
why,
boy.
Look, why are you guys so what is with this oh boy?
No, there's nothing
Attitude.
negative.
There's nothing
It's-
negative. Because you're a shark, Hotbid. You like to get
Yeah, ask
information
the
and
hard-hitting questions, you know.
you're like Littlefinger, bro. You try to get the info and sell it to the highest bidder for
What's
your own game.
I just want to know what's going on. You know, I want to know what's going on with the Moonduck, because you guys, it was a lot of hype. You know,
Yeah.
the logo's obviously the best out of all the other studios.
Yeah.
But what's happening?
I'll let Sunsfan take this.
I guess it's a question for both of you.
All I do is make the memes. I just make the movies.
Slacks kind of carried us for like 6 months. You know. Yeah,
Yep.
it was kind of a letdown because OD left and Cinderin hasn't technically left, but he's obviously playing, so he's not going to be doing any casting.
So technically, you own 2 teams. Escape as well, since you own Cinderin.
Actually, I did
Damn.
talk to Cinderin about that a bit when we didn't have a team.
Oh yeah,
but,
wasn't there? Didn't you try to get Cinderin on DC for a little bit?
Did I? Oh no, it was more. Yeah, we were trying people out. He was one of the potentials, but
One
it
of the
never
names.
ended up happening. Never
Yeah.
ended up even trying.
What about Seven Seeking Mad? Ever thought about him?
He tried out for us actually.
Yeah, he did,
Okay,
according to Moo.
Wasn't
this
good enough.
This was before Soxa became our choice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we
Sorry,
won't
what
get
were we
into
talking about? Moonduck.
We're
yeah.
talking about Moonduck.
Moonduck.
It was kind of a. It was also kind of a roller coaster, I guess you could say, because there was a lot of high hopes, and the main reason that I was getting into it, well, I shouldn't say the main reason, but one of the big reasons was Cinderin, and that was kind of gone. At least
Yeah,
put
you
on
guys
hold
did
for a
not
while.
have the best experience at the TI5 hub, right? I think that was their origin.
I
of
think.
it. Are we allowed to
there's
talk
some...
about that now? Can we talk about that now?
Are we talking about the one in Sweden?
No, the one in Bulgaria, or not? Sorry, not Bulgaria, Romania.
Romania.
We had
We
the one
had
in
one there?
Bucharest, remember?
I wasn't
one that
there
you
then,
did
I
not
The
guess.
go
one that
to.
you didn't go to.
Okay.
Yeah, the one that you chose not to go to, right?
Okay. That
Were you
sounds-
sick? You were sick, or
Oh, yeah.
what was that one?
This
Oh.
was
What happened
before
there?
TI.
Can you tell us a story? Tell us a story.
Oh, that's up to you, Sunsfan. You don't have You don't have to tell the story.
No, I'll tell it. I don't
Tell
give a
the story.
shit.
He doesn't give. He's
Well-
an owner now, dude. He's Mark Cuban. He's not.
Dude,
he's not,
that's
he
my
doesn't care anymore.
idol, honestly. Mark Cuban's the man. Anyway, I'm trying to remember specifics, and again, no names, or else I'm not telling this story.
Yep.
But
I mean, I know the names.
yeah, you'll know the names.
names.
And
Littlefinger, dude, I fucking
Yeah.
told you.
If you guys want
Littlefinger.
to know the names, DM me.
Oh,
Wait,
tell
you,
I'll
you
tell
know
you
the
DM
story
later.
already, right, Hotbid?
I mean, I know the story. Yes, I know a version
I
of
mean,
it.
I'll be honest. I've probably forgotten a good portion of it, but I'll try to remember. Let's see. So we were all invited to the TI hub, and I looked at the schedule, and the discrepancy between people's like casting was, in my opinion, not good. Mainly because, and actually I think I had like, let's say 6. I don't remember if it was series or it was segments. I had 6 segments. Somebody had 12 segments,
Mm-hmm.
and somebody had 1. So we're talking about bringing somebody across the entire world to do 1 segment. This is like a week-long thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like 24 hours a day coverage, all this stuff, and you're not giving even distribution at all. And there was some differences of opinions as far as like what a TI hub should be. And in my opinion, I feel like it's kind of like with the teams. You give everybody a fair shot. If you're going to invite these people to the hub, everybody should get the exact same amount of casting. Period. It shouldn't be based on your past work, because the past work is what gets you invited to TI itself. The TI hub is like a tryout for TI. That's how I look at it.
Uh-huh.
But some people disagreed, and I felt that it was very biased in a specific manner, which we won't get into. So I was like, okay, I'll just.
So then
not go.
Moonduck was formed there.
Yeah, that's actually true. That is exactly.
That's
I
true.
was
The
super
origin.
pissed. Yeah.
Wow.
That was when it was a moon duckling.
Yeah, I was super pissed. So I did not go. The funny thing is, like, I probably had like an average amount of segments. Like I was like right in the middle. So it didn't even matter that much to me.
Do you think that not going was the reason why you didn't go to TI or didn't cast?
That was my opinion, but I'm obviously gonna be biased towards myself in this case.
Mm-hmm.
Because I thought like obviously in the last year I haven't done anything in casting pretty much, just captain's draft, which is not gonna be enough for anything really. But at the time I did DAC, and I thought I was, in my opinion, and by Reddit's opinion at the time, very well received. And I actually asked somebody at Valve if I didn't go to the hub if it would matter as far as invites or not to TI, and they said no.
Well, maybe they
And-
just weren't going to invite you anyway.
Yeah, that's exactly.
doesn't
It's either that or the other side, obviously. So I'll never know. But I mean,
That was it? You
worked out
fucked
in
up,
the end,
dude.
so.
didn't go, your career was over in Dota. All because you
Yeah,
didn't
I
go
always
to that
end up
sweet
like
hub.
I always end up doing these stupid freaking things, honestly, that like I stick up for other people in the most retarded manner possible, and then I end up looking like an idiot still. Like I literally get nothing out of it, at
Well,
the end of the day.
yeah, I mean, like, remember that time you fought against copyright violations?
Yeah.
That
Noob
was
from UA.
it
Yeah.
was not the best timing for it, even though I kind of agreed with what you were saying.
Yeah.
That's why
I
I
don't-
like Sunsfan, because he's a good dude. There's not a lot of good dudes out there in esports. They're always looking out for number 1. Sometimes Sunsfan will look out for number 2 and number 3, and he will screw himself in the process.
And then it ends up not mattering in the end.
And then,
at all.
nobody even gave a shit, and it's just a net negative. But Sunsfan's such a good guy, he will burn his own house down for no reason, just on a whim, just for fun.
Well, I mean,
That
I'm
was
sure.
really
I
stupid.
hope you took that juicy EG money for the trade, and you ended up with a better team. You're like Sam Presti. Just to somehow.
Sam Presti, my man.
You're like somehow engineered a trade where you guys came out better than before, and you got the trade money. How did you do that? You should run the U.S. economy. Like that was amazing.
Honestly, Trump should be looking for me.
Yeah, so
but-
you exported to
I would love
North
to
American
have-
prospects to Europe.
Yeah.
You know.
I would
Then
love
you-
to have
you
a
imported-
trading system in Dota.
Well, that would require
the NBA.
transparency on
Of
salaries and
course.
stuff.
I
like,
mean, it's
and a
never gonna
salary
happen. I'm
cap.
just saying, in
Yeah, it's
theory,
not gonna work.
like having an NBA system would be so cool as an owner.
I mean,
honestly.
you would love it because you get to actually play owner
Yeah.
instead of
exactly.
just sitting there like, I wonder which one of my team members is gonna leave me this shuffle period.
And I feel like there must be a solution to this that doesn't require like overhauling everything. But I don't know what it is, honestly.
It could be
'Cause I do
one
feel
team
helpless
just
at
decides to
times.
enforce their contract and makes a player sit out for 6 months,
Yeah, but then nobody will ever want to play for that organization.
or that player just breaches, just doesn't give a fuck and just plays for the other team. Like, what are you gonna do? You gonna sue him in court?
I mean, you
spend
would.
$100,000 suing him?
Yeah. I mean, that's the
What-
problem, right?
What are the damages? Like, you have no idea how much he would have, won on your team. It'd be pretty hard to figure out, other than what you would have paid him in salary.
Has anybody gone down that route yet?
I don't think so.
Yeah, it's kind of strange. I feel like Chinese.
It's not worth
in
the.
China, they
it's,
might have done it,
it's not really worth the hassle, I don't think.
and that's the problem. And there's a problem with that inherently,
So when you were watching EG and Secret in the open qualifiers, were you cheering for them, or what was like, what was your team doing? Because I know your team is a giant bunch of fiends. They're all
What?
fiends, right?
Well, all
They
Dota
are.
players are fiends at the end
Yeah,
of the
they
day.
are.
Yep.
And come on, you gotta tell us that Weeha and Misery, are they cheering against Secret when Secret's
You actually won't believe me if I tell you, but I'm gonna tell you they were rooting for them because they want to play them at TI.
Oh, I see.
Oh, I
sure.
believe
So-
that. I interviewed Misery, and he was
That
like...
makes way
yeah.
more sense. But initially, Weeha had that tweet about the weather when they were losing, right? Remember that tweet?
Yeah, that's a good tweet.
And
That's a
then
tweet for the ages.
yeah, and then you guys kind of embracing the memes a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
But it seems like we're on a like you guys are gonna play them. It seems like that's what's gonna happen.
Is there a
Oh.
format in which that would never happen?
Yeah, I mean, sure. If you guys are not in their group and you do not,
I mean,
both
it's
of
the
you
same format
suck
as,
and don't
as the
qualify and
major.
get eliminated
guess.
out of the best of one, I guess.
Yeah, I
It's
kind of
very likely that you guys play if you both win.
Yeah, I think was it TI4? Yeah, TI4. I liked the. Was it TI4? The group stage much more, where everybody plays each other twice, best of twos.
Yeah,
The
I don't
game
know what their
series?
format's gonna be this time. But hopefully they change it up a little bit. But the
Yeah, we'll
major
see.
format's not bad. I mean, I don't think it's bad at
No,
all.
I think it's the only thing I don't like is the best of ones. The majors before were two rounds of best of ones, and then Manila was one round of best of one.
See-
So maybe those.
See, if you have a weak team, you like the best of ones.
Yeah.
We could beat anyone.
Yeah,
best
but
of
that's like you cheese them for a game, and then I mean,
That's
at the end of the day,
perfect.
it's
That's
not like you're gonna win
max-
the tournament,
Maximum salt. Cheese
Beautiful.
them for one game.
I think that's why Secret actually didn't want to go to the U.S. because they didn't want to get cheesed. That was it. They were afraid of drunk boys or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, Secret got through a lot a lot easier than I thought they would.
Mm-hmm.
First open
honestly,
qualifier, and then
both teams. So that's kind of the thing, right? Like the repercussions for changing a roster in the middle of the season it's supposed to be that you're going through opens, but they didn't really have much trouble. Like best
Yeah,
of
you
ones
think
are
a lot of
scary,
teams are
but
gonna
these
do that
teams
now?
are just way better.
A lot of teams are gonna do that now.
I mean, something's gonna change first, so I'm looking forward to see what Valve's gonna do to tweak it.
Hotbit,
So if DC, what were you gonna say, Slacks? Go ahead.
what do you think about like an NBA draft style event? What do you think?
You guys,
What do you mean NBA?
are you guys
draft?
old enough to remember the CGS?
I remember
Oh.
CGS.
What?
So CGS was a DirecTV sponsored event or league, I guess you could say, like the first of its kind, where Counter-Strike was like the main game, but it was also like stupid games like FIFA, Dead or Alive, those, like
Stupid
console
games.
games.
Stupid
Fuck
game.
Well, I say
FIFA.
stupid because it's console, right? You can't compare. But there's a draft where organizations are picked ahead of time, obviously, and you have a draft and you pick your players for whatever game you
Okay.
want. And in theory, it sounds awesome, but it didn't work out too well for CGS.
That's all I want. I want a Dota NBA draft. I want like all the players to show up in their tuxedos, and then Sunsfan to walk up there and he's
If,
like, "Ah, teasy."
If Valve ever wanted to do that, then that would be Valve. But I think that
Yeah.
playing with like team synergy is a lot more important when you're not getting paid millions of dollars. So it's really hard to just break up teams and just like randomly pick them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like they have
It's
to speak the
impossible
same
in a certain
language. It's not
format.
like I can pick maybe and then pick Artor. Like they can't even talk to each other. You know? Like would you
Overrated.
do that?
Communication's overrated.
Well, ask Black. His entire career was without communication.
he can speak Chinese, dude.
Yeah, I know, but not when he got there. Not too well.
I mean,
Yeah.
how,
he did
do they
have-
really need to communicate with him that much? I mean, like,
Damn, dude.
continue farming or come fight. That's pretty much what his time on Vici, right?
Dota, so
That's it.
simple.
Easy game.
I mean, so
Well-
Sunsfan, before we switch topics, because you know we have a lot of important Game of Thrones things to talk about. Do you have anything that you're worried about going to this TI, or are you just like, is everything like super good?
I mean, everything's fine. It's just teams that do well at TI peak close to the beginning of the tournament or like right before. So I'm hoping that we start performing at. I don't think we're like in the qualifiers. I don't think we played nearly where I thought we were. Like I thought we were better at in Manila. So we
Mhm.
just need to get back to that point and then build upon it and build some momentum for TI because it's all about momentum.
Well, you guys never really played EG in a best of 3 or 5 yet, right? So
Yeah.
you don't really know where they stand relative to those guys.
Right.
Because EG got out through the group stage. They never had to play a series, right?
Yep. Exactly.
So you could be better. You have no idea.
Yeah,
Right.
man.
I have no clue.
Could be the best. Should be the best. I need you to win this TI. All right? I'm a sub. I can be on every analyst table for the rest of my life and be like, as a TI winner, I'm going to need you to shut the fuck up, Purge. Like, they're
What made you
definitely...
guys decide to have Slacks as a sub instead of like an actual person that could?
Because
be
they
useful?
literally had nobody, nobody
Hey!
else.
Hey!
So we have Ush as our main sub, obviously.
Yeah.
And then I asked everybody else if they have, because again, keep in mind that this is like last minute stuff. Like
Yeah, but
this
like think about it
team
this
was
way:
formed
like
so last minute.
Slack's probably gonna get invited to TI anyway as an interviewer or whatever. So you're literally saving like put someone there to get a flight. You know?
Well,
You
the
couldn't.
subs don't get flights. I don't
Subs
think.
don't...
They
yeah.
don't.
I
No?
don't think so.
Are you sure? What if
I'm
someone
not
gets
sure.
sick at the event and they need to sub someone in?
I mean, I'm
Private
not
jet?
100% sure because we haven't been given any info yet for TI, but
Okay.
I've never heard of that. I know for the majors they definitely didn't. I don't know if TI is different or not.
Okay. Well, Slacks
Yeah.
will be there just in case.
Yeah, buddy.
So
I'll be
I think
there.
what you should be trying to do is just get one person on every team injured, and then Slacks will be the only one there. So you'll be the only team with 5.
There you go.
Got it.
Beautiful.
What a plan.
Great plan.
Yeah, but that was quite an interesting night. See, they joined like 20... Wasn't it like 48 hours before the roster lock, Sunsfan? Is when your
Yeah,
new...
something like that.
Yeah. So it's 5 minutes till. Sunsfan shoots me a text message. I'm in Sweden. It's like 5 in the morning. He goes, "Yo, wake up." I say, "What up?" And he links me the website. He says, "Fill in your information." I said, "What is this?" And he said, "Don't worry about it." I fill it in, and then he says, "Welcome to DC," and then hung up. I was like, "What the fuck was that?"
It's 5 minutes.
There were 5 minutes left. Hurry, Jake, hurry, he says.
It's better than nothing, you know? It's a warm body.
Yeah.
Slacks plays a mean Omniknight, you know?
I've seen
If he
his
ever comes
Omniknight.
back into the meta, you can use his Omniknight.
Yeah, one
Oh, he's in
one
it.
of these days he'll be relevant.
I don't ever want him in the meta, dude.
I mean, who would have predicted that Ricky is suddenly in the
Yeah,
meta?
true.
Like, that's crazy. That's some
Yeah, but
crazy
Ricky's a
stuff happening.
counter to Omniknight, unfortunately for
Yep.
you, Slack.
Yeah, it's never gonna happen. I don't want it to happen. He has the highest pub win rate. I don't need a bunch of pro players.
Does he
Make him
actually have
good.
the highest?
For consecutively, he's like a 62% win rate in pubs for the last like 6 months.
You know
Right.
why? It's because every pub goes like 60 minutes. No one can push
Exactly.
high ground. So then it gets super late game, and Omniknight is broken later on in the game.
Yeah.
Because his ult is like just in an
wow.
uncoordinated team fight, you blow that ult and then you just win the fight.
61% win rate. Number 2 is 57.
Holy crap!
But you
Actually,
see,
Who's number
he's-
2? Who's number
yeah,
2 right now?
Necrophos.
Necro.
Necro.
Necrophos. What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if you get an Ags in a pub, it's just over. It's just
Yeah,
over.
they don't know. They just get up off their computer and go make a sandwich. They don't know how to
Yeah.
react to that.
They just never come back.
They-
You ult someone, they're just gone. They go watch Netflix or something.
Yeah, dude. But yeah, if pro players ever start using Omni, he's gonna get like nerfed into the ground. Please
Yeah.
never use him.
I mean,
ever.
on paper, he is so broken, right?
is
The only
broken.
issue he has is he's melee and his range is not
Nah,
good.
the
for
issue is
spells.
it's farming and diffusal blade. A pro team, if they want to get a diffusal, they can get it in like a minute. Yeah, if a pub team wants a diffusal, they gotta spend like 15 minutes on
I
it.
mean, I don't know. Like, Diffusal is a good counter, but it doesn't last that long, right? Like, you can use all the charges at once, and you'll eventually run out, even if you buy a second Diffusal.
Eh.
Like,
Alright,
that's still
Everyone
good.
just buys it.
Yeah.
Every if it goes long enough, yeah, every person on the other team gets one, I guess. Then that's rough.
All right,
Yeah.
let's talk about the important shit. We talked a lot about Dota, a lot about
Yeah,
Sunsfan.
that was the what to mask what we really want to talk about, which is Sunsfan. Have you seen the finale of Game of Thrones?
Of course.
Do you are you a book reader or a
No.
show watcher?
Nikki's a book reader, and I am not.
So your girlfriend is the cool person in the relationship.
Yeah, and
Reads
it's
the
pretty
books.
funny. Like 2 seasons ago, I made her tell me the whole story.
Oh,
What?
Wow.
Okay.
I made her spoil everything.
All right.
for me.
So can we? So
Oh,
okay. So
spoiler alert! Spoiler.
from now on, this is spoiler city. Okay?
Yeah, turn this shit
Everyone,
off.
if you have not seen it or have not I think I think all the storylines are past all the book storylines, so
Yeah.
I don't think
there's
there's
one that I don't think is gonna happen now. Right?
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
pretty
Yeah.
much know what it is.
So when you're watching it, do you understand everything, Sunsfan?
Sometimes, I mean,
Do
it's
you-
like the thing
like,
that
when
confuses
you
me is some of
watch
the
the-
names.
When you watch the Jon Snow being born scene, did you understand that?
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
significance of that?
Yeah.
Can you explain it
For
to
sure.
us?
Let's see. So, because the names of the Targaryens really mess me up. Like,
Okay.
I can't, the Mad King is he Aerys
Ares,
or
correct.
Aegon? Okay, he's Aerys.
Yeah.
So the son of that king, which is his name Rhaegar?
Rhaegar, right.
All right,
Wow,
so
you're pretty good. Slacks, have you read the books?
I have, yeah.
Okay, so do you know are you like an expert?
You know me, dude. I love lore. I'm all about
Okay.
lore, dude.
Hardcore lore.
Me and Slacks, we have a lot of knowledge between us about Game of Thrones. So, go ahead, explain away, Sunsfan.
All right, Rhaegar was in love with Ned Stark's sister Lyanna,
Uh huh.
Uh-huh.
and this is the part that I'm not 100% sure on, and I think that the show is making it they're not being clear about it on purpose.
Okay.
But it said, I think, what's his name?
Littlefinger.
No. The king that died in the first season. What's his name again? Baratheon.
Robert
Robert
Baratheon.
Robert
Baratheon.
Baratheon.
Yeah.
Bobby B.
He was
Bobby B.
promised to Lyanna, and the story goes
No,
that.
no, she was promised to him.
Oh, that's what I
Mhm.
mean.
In
And
the Middle Ages,
yeah.
the women are promised to the men.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
That would be great if
So- so-
the king was promised to some random bitch. Sorry.
So Rhaegar. You know what would actually be funny is having somebody do this drunk. You know those that series.
I mean, this is the closest we're gonna get to
Yeah,
a
that's
drunk
true.
person.
This is
So
Yeah.
That's true.
explain away.
All right, so Rhaegar, quote unquote, kidnapped Lyanna, but I think they might have been in love actually. So maybe he wasn't kidnapped and quote unquote raped her, but maybe it was consensual. And they had this kid, and she died during childbirth, and Ned took over the son, made sure that Robert didn't kill the son, so Ned pretended that it was his, and that's it.
I mean, that's pretty close, Hotbin.
That's
Well,
pretty
what
good.
did I get wrong? So
No,
was
not
she
everything
actually
right. That was
raped,
right.
or was
That
that
was pretty good.
consensual?
No, that was
Do we
good.
know?
That was pretty. I think it's never confirmed that it was consensual that they liked each other, but I think if you watch the scene, she obviously really likes the kid and is very concerned for its well-being. And I guess that could be the case even if she didn't like the father, but I don't.
Right.
It's heavily implying that they had a consensual, happy relationship.
Okay.
So
she never wanted
I
to be with Robert Baratheon then.
I don't think
I mean,
so.
does anyone?
Yeah. Homie got killed by a pig, for fuck's sake.
That guy. That guy had quite a few illegitimate children. Let's just put it that way. In the show, they only show one, but they show a scene. I think there's a scene of them killing the babies.
Yeah, all of them.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So they're trying to kill all his kids so that there's no proof that his kids have black hair, essentially, in the books, because genetics and what is it, those like tables of like brown hair, blonde hair don't really, they're not very advanced in that in Westeros.
Right.
They're kind of worried about the zombies and shit.
Science.
So not so much about the science. So they don't really know that Robert has black hair and Cersei has blonde hair, and they can't really have 3 blonde-haired kids.
Right.
So.
Okay. Yeah.
So that was pretty good there, Sunsfan. Well done.
Yeah, that was excellent.
Well,
What did you
keep in
think
mind,
about the
Nikki
episode?
spoiled everything for me already. I thought it was amazing. Like episode 9 was epic, and then I liked 10 more. 10 was incredible. The music was amazing.
So that first part with the septs, were you sad when all those people died?
I kind of liked the queen. What's her name?
What's her
The one that
name?
died.
Cersei? Oh,
No, the one that died.
Marjorie?
Marjorie.
Yeah, Marjorie. That's the only one I like, but everybody else could die. I could care less about everybody else.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I got pretty annoyed by the High Septon. That guy was...
Yeah, that guy's super
That
annoying.
guy was... Or the High Sparrow,
What are
sorry.
you talking about? That guy was
guy
such
was-
a pimp. Yeah, he was a huge pimp. Rolling
That guy
up in
was
his
super
Kanye
annoying.
collection with his
He
fucking
was so
potato
annoying,
sack. He
dude.
was great.
He was so
Remember that
annoying.
one time
was
where he
like,
sat her down and he's like, you have to bang your husband. It's your royal duty to fuck that boy. Like, come on, dude. That guy was the biggest pimp. But my favorite
And,
character throughout the whole thing
mean-
was Stannis. So,
I mean, the actor that
Vance.
plays the king, during their first scene in like season 4 or 5 was like 16 years old, and and I think the actress that plays Marjorie is like 30 something.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about 30, but
I'm pretty sure she's over 30.
really?
Natalie Dormer.
yeah, early 30s,
I'm gonna say late 20s.
maybe
She is-
straight on 30.
She's 34.
Damn.
Yeah. So
We're eating a lot of bad shit if we could look
She
like
eats
that at
well.
34.
yeah.
Holy shit!
She's
What a-
34. So double his age.
Yeah.
But not a bad scene for that guy. Not a bad job for that kid, even though he had the suicide at the end.
I mean, that's why I killed him. So remember, she never
He
laid
killed
with
himself.
him. Imagine if you had Natalie Dormer, whatever her name was, in your
Dormer,
bed
Natalie
chamber.
Dormer.
You could hit that at any moment, and then your fucking mom comes in and kills your Netflix and chill girl. I'd jump out the window too. You're never gonna get that close
Wait,
again.
they had sex though, right?
No,
Didn't they have sex
I
like
don't
2
think they
seasons
did.
ago or
no,
something?
no. He was the
No, I think they did. I think they did though.
I'm pretty sure they did.
'Cause they
she was
talked about
teaching
it.
him how to have sex.
No,
Yeah.
she was trying. That was like, second base, dude. That's even worse. He's been blue balled for 6 months, and then his mom killed his fucking girlfriend.
The mom. It's like, Mom.
Yeah. Why do you
did
think that he
have to
went feet
wildfire
first,
my
dude?
wife?
His fucking
Wildfire
balls
my
were
wife.
so weighed down. He went feet first off that damn thing. I'd kill myself for sure. I still
And,
think Stannis is alive, guys. I'm on that train.
How did you feel about gods almost stopping the plot by discovering the
God.
underground wildfire?
Wait, what happened?
You know gods?
Are you talking about Gods himself?
Yeah, gods.
No, the actor
David
that
Gods Parker.
he looks like the
Yeah.
guy who's found the
He does a
wildfire.
cameo. He's Lancel. He plays Lancel in Game of Thrones.
Wait, who's Lancel?
Lancel's the guy who got to the
With the-
candles and
with
was
the-
trying to blow him out.
Oh, the guy with the thing on his forehead?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That looks like Gods?
He
Yeah.
does.
Alright, hold on.
He's gods, man.
Look
Fun
this up.
fact, Lancel was the first person to talk about the wildfire under the city.
Oh, really?
What?
Oh, yeah, it does kind of look like him.
Yeah, yeah.
What I think is funny is that that little kid just like drive by like Spirit Breaker charged, like stabbed him,
That's pretty
and just
legit.
ran away. Like, why did he lead him there? Does anyone have an explanation for that? Like, why did he lead him there?
For fun. No, that
Just
kid.
for the kicks.
Yeah, that kid was just. That was it. He was
And
supposed
then
to get him close.
if he's ninja enough to stab him in the leg, at least finish him off. You know, he almost got there. He almost blew him out.
Yeah. But then again,
that was
that kid had a
close. That was a close
torch
call.
5 feet away. I'm sure he was gonna let him get close. The original plan was let him get close, blow it out, and then throw the torch on it for fun. Kid was out to kill himself.
And then the kids killed Pycelle.
Yeah.
So
That was some freaky shit.
who are these kids exactly?
Okay, I can explain. So in the books, the little children actually cannot speak. They have no tongues,
Yeah. Varys cuts him out.
and they're Varys' spy network. Like they run around
Okay.
listening to everything, and they write down all the conversations for Varys. So that's how Varys knows everything.
Right. Okay.
So that's the explanation for the kids. But I don't understand why they're there now. Because
Yeah. How are they? Like,
So
how
remember,
does Cersei and them take over?
remember that
Littlefinger, or-
they went to go take over the kids. I've read this theory on Reddit. Not gonna claim it's mine, but I read a theory that those candies that they're so crazy, it's like hard drugs. Them kids are on crack. They'll do anything to get those little candies.
Oh,
What
that makes
candies?
sense actually. Yeah.
Remember, like he's like, "Do you want your sweets? The sweets that creepy
Oh.
guy."
I
Yeah,
think they're drugged up.
they're crack addicts now, and which makes sense because in real life, crack addicts will stab old people for no reason, just to do it.
Yes. Directly translates.
So
Okay.
yeah,
That makes sense. I like that.
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
That's a good explanation.
They crack babies.
That was one of the coolest scenes in that episode.
What?
And then the episode just does not stop. It just continues.
Yeah, the whole time you're waiting,
keeps
like,
going.
please, no more. You've done enough.
I think the next part was we could talk about the North. Crazy shit happened in the last episode where where Ramsay died, and then now Davos gets real pissed that they burned that girl.
Yep.
Yeah.
You think that's what should have happened? He should have dismissed her.
Sunsfan.
I think that's. I mean, I kind of know what's gonna happen, right?
Do
Or
you?
How do I know what's gonna happen? I'm trying to think. Did this happen in the books yet, or no?
None of this has happened in the books.
Oh, I'm just reading maybe theory stuff.
What do you think's gonna
crafting.
happen?
Who was it? Somebody's supposed to. Oh yeah, it's Arya supposed to run into her and kill her, or something like that.
No.
she's on the
She did say she would meet up with Arya again, so I think she's gonna meet up with her.
Isn't she on Arya's list of death?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
Arya, or she went up to Arya and said, "You're gonna kill a guy with blue eyes, green eyes, and the brown eyes, or something." And then she's like, "We'll meet again." And then she rode off, all creepy
I guess we
style.
don't. Do we want to bring up stuff that could happen in the future that's been almost verified?
I don't know.
I
Go
don't know
ahead.
if it might be too spoilery.
All right,
I don't know.
super
You're fine.
spoilers.
Go ahead. Just
Hyper
do it.
spoilers, guys.
Just do it, Sunsfan. We know
Uh,
you're probably not right, so just do it.
Isn't Jaime supposed to kill Cersei?
That's a prophecy, right? That's in
Yeah.
the show.
I
Yeah,
know,
right.
but so many people have forgot about her. Didn't even know
That's
that
up
was
for
a thing.
debate. So the prophecy is that the little brother
Yeah,
will kill her, strangle her to death.
and it's not going to be Tyrion. There's no way.
Could
Maybe.
be.
Could
No
be.
way.
He is
I
little.
think the show has set it up perfectly for Jaime to do it.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Now it's shut up perfect, but like in the books, it's at a point where Jaime doesn't like her, but you don't think he's gonna kill her. But now that she's done the thing that Jaime killed that initial king that did, like Jaime
Yeah.
killed Ares because he was gonna burn everything down, and now she's literally burns everything down.
Yeah.
And might, if Daenerys comes over, she might try and burn down the whole city, and then Jaime will have to kill her again.
All right, here's my big theory. You guys ready for this?
I am.
This one is mine. So you gotta think, who are the bad guys next season, right? We got so many good guys left.
The Night King.
No, besides him, he's like
Bran.
Night King is like Tanner. He's on his own shit. You gotta think. There's gotta be Here's the Iron Islands dude. You remember that guy?
Yeah, you're on.
I think he's gonna marry Cersei. I think he's going for that, and they're gonna have that last war for King's Landing. She's gonna threaten to blow it up, and then Queen Slayer, Jaime from behind. Because there's got to be bad guys. We got Snow is in a good position. We got who else? Daenerys is in a good position with basically every other faction. The only two bad guys left are Cersei and then Iron Asshole, and he's looking for a wife.
Iron asshole. What do you think's gonna happen to Sam?
Who?
He's
Sam.
gonna.
Who cares? He's fucking reading
night
He's in the
books.
guys.
library. He's just reading.
He's
gonna
reading.
find a solution to the night. What are they even called again? The
The-
ice guys.
The ice dudes.
The others.
The others.
Yeah, I
He's
think
gonna find out that Valerian steel is dragon glass and say they need to find a bunch of
The
Valerian
White
steel.
Walkers.
And then there you go. He's gonna come up with the weapons. Cersei's gonna bring the dragons. And then Tyrion's gonna bring the knowledge, or I don't fucking know.
So is Jon Snow banging his aunt, Daenerys?
No.
I think that's where it's headed, dude. I think that's what's gonna happen.
They're not
Everyone's shipping that pairing.
They ain't gonna bang, dude. No way.
You don't think so?
No.
There's so much incest in this fucking show. Like
There
Yeah,
is.
there really is.
it is a
Banging the
ridiculous amount
ant.
of incest, dude.
Can I talk about that? How is Daenerys older than Jon Snow? Can we talk? She's his aunt, right? She had to have been born before him, right?
Yeah,
she's
but
slightly older, yeah.
Slightly older.
Yeah, I think so.
When did his?
No. She's not older in the books. In the books, she's I think she's 2 years younger than him. He starts out at like age 14 or 15, and she starts out at 13.
How is she his aunt?
it
Well,
has nothing to do with age.
yeah, it's not like.
What?
What are you talking about?
I
What
can
are you
have an
talking
aunt
about?
that's 2 years old,
What?
technically.
Slacks.
What?
If her brother Rhaegar is older than her by significantly, he can have a kid, right?
Yeah.
Before he had a kid when he was really young. So like, let's say he has a kid when he's like
Oh
16,
yeah, that makes sense.
and then and his parents. I can't believe I have to explain this to you.
Shut up, Hotpants.
What are you talking about?
Listen, things are real simple in my family. All right, age isn't a thing.
What?
We all interbreed, so it's not about.
How is your aunt older than me? What?
Damn, dude. Weird. All right.
It would be weird.
Nah,
And-
it'd be some Star Wars shit.
And I heard that a lot of show watchers, and I kind of understand why they would think this, thought Ned was
Yeah,
Jon's
I read that.
dad, and that he had incest with his sister. From that
What?
scene. Yeah, because
Yeah.
they never actually show Rhaegar, ever, in the show. They just kind of talk about him.
Yeah, so if you're not a reader or if you don't have things spoiled like I did, then I can definitely see that. But then the producers came out and actually specified that that's not the case.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's confusing.
Wow.
Because if you're just a show watcher and you see that scene, and she's given childbirth and there's no father, and you previously thought Ned was the father, it wouldn't occur to you that it's some random other Targaryen guy that you've never seen.
Yeah.
Like it just wouldn't. So a lot of people thought there was even more incest, and they're just like, "Oh, Jon Snow." Like,
Oh, man.
oh,
I mean, that works for me. That would make him a double Stark. So
Yeah, that's
double
true.
Stark.
that's all good.
Then he wouldn't be the ice and fire, you know. Then
Yeah.
he'd just be ice. He'd just be ice and ice.
So do we know? I guess we don't know if he can
Holy shit!
withstand
Ice
fire,
and
right?
fire! Oh my god! My head just exploded. That's the name of the
Jesus.
books.
You're joking, right?
Oh
fucking
my
joking,
god,
right?
he's the fucking ice and fire.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
You're such.
It's just-
You're fucking with us.
Yeah, I am
You
fucking.
did not
with
know.
you.
Yeah, come on.
The fire with snow, is that a thing?
Yeah, he's
do you mean?
Targaryen.
Yeah.
So he's
Is
both
it all
ice and
Targaryens?
fire.
Like you don't have to be full Targaryen?
Nah, man. A dragon could go up and fucking try to give him a blowy, and he'd survive. He'd be
But
good.
what's the
He'd be
Stark
fine.
special power? You can live in the winter and be fine.
I mean, I don't know if
Hair.
every I don't think if every Targaryen is able to like never be burned. I don't know if that's the case. I think it's just with her. I think that's her like
Oh
special
yeah,
power.
her brother got wrecked by that, right?
That was
So that's-
gold, though. That
No, a
was-
lot of people got burned. Yeah, like. No, I mean, if he was impervious to heat, then he would have not died to that gold shit, right?
Yeah, that's how I looked at it at least.
I mean, the gold didn't kill him. It solidified in his throat and on his face, and he couldn't breathe. Most people
I
would
don't
have
think
just
that was
died.
it. I think if you watch the scene, he actually gets burned, dude.
What's the guy's name?
Viserys,
or
I think.
Viserys.
Viserys. Viserys, or that guy, Harry Lloyd. I think that was his name, the actor.
Yeah,
I
I
hate
don't
that guy.
know.
Yeah.
I think the Stark's power is to die. I think that's what their best superpower is.
And to be
Death.
like really, really solemn.
Yeah, solemn
Like be
death.
like super so like they would be real good at like funerals.
Yeah.
Like never get happy.
Very good. Man, I miss Stannis. He was the best. The best out of all of them.
Why
He
did
was
you
very
like
cool.
him?
He
Why?
was the actual king. He was on the side of a god that sent vagina monsters after people. How you gonna be
And he
on
killed
any
his
side
daughter. Like,
of that?
ugh.
So
My
what?
theory is that Bran is that god.
You think Bran's the Lord of Light, dude?
Yeah. Because he can time travel, so he's just gonna learn all that shit, and then he's gonna go back and tell Melisandre all the what's gonna happen. Like that's how she knows what's gonna happen. He just goes back in time and tells her.
Yo, bitch.
Yeah, he's just like, psst. She's like,
Psst.
what? She's like,
Kill her daughter. Kill his
like,
daughter.
yeah, he's
dude.
gonna be like, psst. All the kings are gonna die. Burn some leeches. She's like, okay.
All right, I just watched this scene again of him dying.
Yeah. What's your review? Died from burn or died from
Did he get burned?
suffocation?
It's burn, pretty
Yeah, he
sure.
gets burned.
Nah.
Like,
So it's
it
not all
doesn't cover
Targaryen.
his entire face. He could have still been breathing if he wanted, but it burned through his skull.
Alright.
Get wrecked.
Alright. So what? Anyway. So, what about this
Okay.
theory? Tyrion's a Targaryen.
Yeah, I think so too.
You think that's a theory?
Yeah,
they
and
did
I think
not
it was-
set up. They set that up in the books, I think, a little bit, but they definitely did not set that
Yeah.
up in the show.
Think about
There
it,
is
man.
no evidence.
The only thing that is, it's not even hard evidence, is the fact that he was in the dragon room and they didn't care. Dragons didn't care.
Yeah, they listened to him and they
Yeah.
obeyed him. And his father always hated him, and he always said that he wasn't his son, not because he's a midget, dude. Because he's a
Dude,
fucking Targaryen.
If his father knew that he wasn't his son, he would have just killed him.
Would he have?
Yes.
No, there's a theory, and I can't remember the reasoning or what they said about that, but there was some explanation. I can't remember though.
Nah, dude.
But that would be cool.
Isn't that
then
the
you can
theory?
have
There's got to
the-
be 3 Targaryens. That's it.
Well,
That-
in the book, there's another one, right? That hasn't been introduced or something.
That might be a fake one.
Oh, it might be fake.
That one's it's a little complicated to explain that one. So we'll leave that out today.
Yes.
Sounds good.
I think we're hitting the time.
Yeah, we are. We are hitting the time. All right. Well, that will do it for episode 1 of what the fuck? BidSlacks?
I don't know. We can think of a name.
We will. I'll tell you what. If you guys,
How about hot slacks?
that's what I said, but he didn't. All right. I'll tell you what.
I'm good with that. I don't care.
Community, if you have made it this far in this podcast, then you know that you're a fan. Type us some names. If you are the one that we will choose, we will give you a special prize. It's a naked picture of Hotbid.
Oh, yes.
To do with what you will. But type us in some suggestions for the name of the show. Big thank you to Sunsfan for all of the hard-pressed questions that you've had to endure from us. Thanks a lot for coming, man.
Thanks, guys. It was
Good luck
great.
at TI.
Yeah, good luck
Thanks,
at you.
bro.
Can't wait to see DC finish first.
Yeah, man. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
Good for
Guaranteed.
all of us.
North America. Woo!
Woo! Sunsfan, what percentage do I get as a sub when we win TI?
0.
0?
He doesn't
That's
get
right.
anything.
You can't
Give him a
pull. You can't throw me a
0.001%.
Hey.
.1?
No, you already got
0.1
your jersey.
is a lot, dude.
So
.0001? Come on, Sunsy. If you win $18 million, you can't throw slacks
It's
$100
not
bucks.
18, but point one is what? Can we figure that out first?
out of what? 5 million?
I think it'd probably be like 9, maybe, if it goes to 20 something. Like 9.
Yeah, 9 million.
Wasn't it 5 million last year for the first place? Each person got 1.
0.1% would be $9,000. That's
Yeah,
actually
that-
quite a bit, dude.
That's a little too much.
Can you
Slack,
throw
sorry.
me .001? Can you throw...
You want the 900? You want 900?
Give me the 900, bro.
He wants $90. He wants 90
Give me
bucks.
90 bucks if we
I'll-
win TI.
I'll give you $9.
All right. Better than nothing.
Point zero.
That's a meal at like
0.001.
Jack in the Box. We'll go
Woo!
to Jack in the Box.
Yeah, take me out to fucking
Carl's Jr.
Carl's Jr. again.
$9,000. Holy shit.
Holy
Point
shit.
Point one is $9,000. That's so funny.
That's obscene.
All right, guys. Well, thanks a lot for watching. We will be back another time. We're going to try to have these weekly, maybe bi-weekly, might be whenever the fuck we feel like it. Don't matter. Enjoy the content. Thank you so much, Hotbid. Thanks to me. Thanks to Sunsfan. We will see you next time. Hotbid, any last thoughts before we shut this bitch
No,
down?
I'm good. Thanks
He's
for
good.
organizing it, Slack.
Wait a minute. Isn't it call-out? You used to do call-outs and shout-outs. What do you got this week? I'm going to turn it on you, buddy.
A call out, huh?
Call-outs or shout-outs. That's your thing. You made it.
I didn't prepare for this, so I don't know.
Just say
Oh.
Blitz.
I'm gonna call out. Oh yeah, I should call out Blitz because I was on the other podcast, but Blitz is always busy. I don't actually blame him that much because he's busy casting and doing all this other stuff. So hopefully I can do that podcast too. But you know, I really wanted to interview Sunsfan. That was just what I wanted to do this week. So I
was
felt like
it.
we had to do that.
It's not even a podcast. The whole thing's just fucking set up for that sweet Sunsfan interview.
Yeah.
Got you, bro.
Nice.
All right, so calling out Blitz. Any shout outs,
And
buddy?
I wanna call out Sunsfan as well. When is Slacks getting a raise?
Yeah.
For doing what?
Slacks, is that what you wanted me to ask him that, right? That's what you.
Fuck.
That's what you said.
What are
Maybe-
you doing?
hey,
What?
You know, we can record fails anytime, Slacks. The
Ah,
video's been
okay.
up. You know?
Okay. Who's on the panel constantly saying that your shitty team is gonna win, huh? Nobody else. All right.
You get free jerseys. That's why.
That is true. It
you
is a
feel so
really good
partial.
jersey, though. Oh man. Whew.
What size did you have to make it?
Blanket? It's in blanket. we
A
bought
horse blanket.
we bought a curtain and then we just Nikki sewed it together for me. All right, thanks a lot, everybody. Thank you for listening, and we will see you maybe next week, but definitely next time here on HotPants or whatever the fuck you call it. See you later.